What's up, guys? Archaic Zeus, and this is hopefully a brand new series that I would like to do. Maybe a bit of a walkthrough, a bit of a guide, but for the most part, just kind of a bit of a playthrough of the game called Reus. Reus, however you pronounce it. It's basically a town building strategy type game sort of thing, and I actually deleted all my unlocks for the purpose of this series, and I went through the tutorial. And it's because you have to go through tutorials required in this game. But let's get started, shall we? Let's do the era. This is the only one we have unlocked so far because, like I said, I restarted everything. So we'll do just the 30-minute era. And you can basically do most things in this game per era playthrough. Now these things are the unlockables or the achievements with the game or whatever. So you have to finish an era with a forest village, which has 100 village prosperity. Finish an era with a desert village, which has 100 village prosperity, and finish an era with a swamp village, which has 100 village prosperity. So let's start the game with those. Now, the game Reus, you have 4 giants that you control. The swamp giant, the rock giant, and the forest giant, as well as the ocean giant. And basically you have to create land for humans to live on and cultivate, and you basically give the resources that the humans need to build their own little village. My personal favorite is probably the forest and the swamp villages, just because I'm a little more familiar with them and how they act and whatnot, and they're just also really easy to set up. See right here, you need an ocean biome right next to your forest and your swamp, otherwise you can't grow them at all. You see how this land is a different shade than this one? It's because it has water next to it. Now also, in order for your villagers to appear, you need to give them resources to appear for, otherwise they ain't gonna show up. So right now we just put down a blueberry bush, and everything has a different sort of ability as specialty. Like this blueberry bush that we just put down, thanks, a forest village just appeared, blah blah blah. Castle path, Lord Castle path. Bro, so with the blueberry you get the symbiosis of, if you get 10 extra food if it's next to an apple tree, a dandelion, or a strawberry. One of the transmutations of the blueberry bush is a strawberry. So why don't we go strictly plants on our forest village for now. We need technology too. Well, we will just have to... You know what, actually... We might be able to get away with the blueberries and strawberries just a tad. Just a tad. We'll have to see, though. I don't quite... I think we're just going to do the whole blueberry-strawberry thing. But we have the ability to pull in another town. And my strategy for the overall game, which I recommend to you guys, is to pick one town that you like and focus on that for the majority of, your part of the game, because you only have 30 minutes in this first era, and the swamp village is settled. So pick a town, even in the longer versions of the game, pick a town and stick with it, because otherwise you are going to have some issues, because you're just going to be too spread out thin. You're not going to get the unlockables that you need, because you need 100 village prosperity, which is pretty easy to get, but you have to get it. So, don't take things for granted. So right now I'm focusing mainly on my forest village, trying to get my forest village all set up. I actually hate this specialization though. Once you get a village started, they're going to start building projects. And these projects have different specializations to them, and they also evolve into different things. Forest ambassador. See, also when you complete a project, you get an ambassador. And these ambassadors basically upgrade your giants so you can do different things. See how these abilities are locked? Since we are working on the... Actually, I changed my mind. I want to focus a bit more on the swamp, just because it's a bit of a pain in the ass. What's this one again? Unlocks with 4... nope. What's this one? Crystal ass, nope. So it looks like fruit ass might actually be the better idea anyways. Regardless. So we're gonna hop on that. We completed our school, and for each plant in our area, we will get extra sheaths. you know, namely 5 food and 10 tech. But the problem is, the thing that I really don't like about the school is that it upgrades into like a barracks or like a war master's thing, and you really don't want your villages fighting. You really, really don't. It's a bit of a pain in the ass, because not only do the villagers will then fight other villages and destroy the other things you're working on, but they'll also attack your giants, which is a big no-no. So let's focus on Castle Path anyways, because this is only a we got 25 minutes left to expand our giant forefront. And I guess while we're working on some of the finer starting crap of the game, we might as well talk about some of the... What are we building on? Hold on. I have to read. And reading and talking doesn't really work out too well. Wealth and use and technology. Okay. So. I am not a huge... Well, what am I talking about again? What was I talking about? I completely lost my train... Whoa. That was funky. Well, anywho... completely lost my train of thought. Well, like I said, I'm going to talk about things I like about the game. I just remember my train of thought, in case you couldn't tell. Talk about some of the things I like about the game, some of the things I don't like about the game, per se. While we do some of the more boring, get things started type idea. As we start getting things, some serious activity going on, it gets a little hectic. By a little, I mean a lot hectic, because you got to worry about a lot more shit. Great idea with the ocean giant. However, one complaint is that I don't like with the ocean biome is that you can only put animals in there. You can only put animals in there, which is great because it's just kind of a stat booster for your villages that are next to the ocean. But I'm still not a big fan of the whole idea that you can't use the ocean for really anything but animals. I mean, think about it. There's oil in the ocean. There's other things in the ocean. But anywho, right now another thing I really like about this game, I am going on so many tangents right now, it's ridiculous. Just trying to focus down a little bit there, Archaic Zeus. One thing that I really like about this game is the art style. I like the art style of the giants and the world. Like, if you zoom out, that's just cool. I like that. That's really neat. And I really hope that they end up making more games. Not necessarily in this vein, but I definitely hope they end up making more games with that, you know, that idea, that art style from this studio. Abbey Games, I believe, is what the studio is, or the developer is, or whatever. But, again, really like the art style. Music, meh. Gameplay is not the most exciting in the world, but I love town building games. I've played Towns, I've played No Moria. I'm not a big fan of the AAA ones like SimCity and stuff. I tend to keep it okie doke. I tend to keep it down a smidge. And on the symbiosis for the strawberry is +3 food if next to a blueberry or another strawberry, +5 off next to a dandelion or another strawberry. So we're going to put some awe down, because awe will keep the villages a little more tame. This one is starting to get a little greedy. Once greed gets to a certain point, they start wanting to attack other villages, and they will also start to attack your own giants. So you really want to be careful with that one. What really is a pain in the ass later on is once your villages get to a certain point, they just start attacking your giants outright almost, and it's really irritating. Yeah, there are other strategies to this game. Like, as you see right now, I'm kind of just boosting up the food production in here by putting the fish in the ocean. And you can basically put fish... Animals areas go out 2 spaces each from where you put them. So where my cursor is right now, there's fish here, and fish here, from where I put fish right here. So you want to keep an idea of that. Some minerals need animal nests right next to them. Other animals just need certain things inside their range, which is that 5-block range. The swamp ambassadors appeared. You can upgrade the following abilities. Achievement unlocked. Metal cat. Oh, that was for completing a project. Nice. So I can get the... I think I'm gonna go for the herd aspect, since we're going pretty heavy into food. Because, like I said, each village is a focus. And I think I'm actually going to try and rush through this era pretty quickly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a desert village as well, so I can get these unlocked pretty easily. Because getting the prosperity is not that hard, really, for the 100 prosperity. Once you're getting up to about 500, you need to really focus on that one village. But for this beginning stuff, it's pretty simple. It's not a big deal at all, remotely. And there's really no, I mean, there are optimal ways, but I don't really follow like an optimal strategy or whatever you want to call it, because I think it's more fun to try and figure out new strategies that fit how you play as you go, kind of deal. So I'm gonna just plop things down and see how it goes. Another reason why you want to focus on one village at a time, more or less, is because of how abysmally slow these giants move. It is ridiculous. Like, if you decided to make, like, the best strategy is to make your desert village, which I just created, on, like, the opposite side of the planet so you get as many desert tiles as you can. Problem with that is you basically have to have 2 giants living on that side of the planet the entire freaking game, which is just stupid. Another, university. Nice! Okay, good. We got the university instead of something else. Something stupid that I don't like. So, problem is with this, is that we need to get some wealth in here. And I'm not all about wealth in a forest village. I'm not all about that. So, we are going to bring User. Gonna put some exotic animals down in there. You can put any sort of animal in the ocean biome. And we're gonna focus you in on this shit. You need that. You need food and wealth. So we need to bring the ocean guy over yonder. Plop you down. Plop you down. We have a ton of wealth coming out of there. Ton of wealth. Yeah, right there. As once we get our symbiosis up, it's gonna be a lot. But anywho. Mother's thing. Okay, you need to focus on, because the giants move abysmally slow, and I really just don't like having them travel all around the area. I know I'm throwing a ton of information at you, but this is I'm almost giving you like a really, really quick tutorial. The tutorial takes you about 30 minutes to actually do and finish and crap. I'm giving you like a really, really, really quick tutorial, so you're welcome. So if you have the game, you don't have to play the tutorial. Actually, you do, it's mandatory. But we are looking on Castletown right here, and we have to get our university built. We have to get 60 food in use, which we have done already. We have to get 20 wealth, and we have to get 60 technology. We have our technology and our food done already, but we need a lot more wealth. One thing I really, really don't like about the university, though, is the second specialization, the botanical course, which I'm hovering over right now. The +1 tech for each. Remember to advance in the game, blah, 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 blah. I don't really care. That's great, thanks. Anyways, as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by the game, is for each Natura within borders. Getting Natura is actually very difficult, and not too big of a fan of it. It's cool. Why? Wait, what? How did I get... Hold on. How do I have 34 Natura? That makes no... Oh. Okay. Apparently just from upgrading shit. I have had issues getting nature or whatever the fuck it is in the past, and apparently it's really easy. Who knew? Whatever. Whatever, man. Bite me. I'm gonna pop a domestic animal down there. Even the scrolling feature in this game is actually pretty slow sometimes. So we basically got our shrine built here. We just gotta finish it up real quick lack. If mineral blah 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 blah. We are gonna pop you down, and we're gonna put an animal. We're gonna put another quartz. We're gonna put another quartz there, another animal there, because you need to get a lot of wealth. It gets +8 wealth if next to another quartz, +8 techs if next to stone. We want to put 2 quartz right next to each other. We're going to bring our ocean guy back over here, because it's taken about 10 years. And we're going to plop another animal down over here so that we can max out our animal and rock things for the early game stuff. Now, the strategy for this game also kind of gets increased like a whole cubic shit ton, just because the more you play the game, the more stuff you unlock, and the more stuff you unlock, the more combinations you have available to you to do certain things. So like right now I'm really focusing on low level stuff because I don't really have access to a bunch of higher level stuff yet. Like look at that, I can't even make that apple tree. I know that's an apple tree because I played the game before. So I think after this will probably be split up into 2 episodes, this 30-minute bunch. I'm just gonna probably, at the 15-minute mark, I'm gonna put this in, I'm gonna say end of episode 1, and then we're gonna continue off, and we're gonna make episode 2 to finish off the this era, as it were. So, for the next few minutes, I'm gonna try and get, that'll be done, no problem. I'm not worried about that. That'll be finished. We'll basically have our university done. We're gonna have our shrine actually did get finished, so done. We're gonna plop that in there. We're gonna bring our ocean guy over here because it's taken about 10 years to do that. And I think when our ocean guy finishes his long ass walk over, then I think I'm going to plop him on over. The other thing too that's actually one thing that it's a cool idea to make it so you can't like focus on one thing the whole game. You can only have one ambassador per giant. Like say since I have an ambassador on my forest giant and my ocean giant already, I cannot make, I got another forest ambassador. See, there we go. Our school was just finished. Before I click off this screen, because as soon as I do, I'm gonna unpause. Let me finish what I was explaining before. So I already have the ambassador on my ocean giant and my forest giant. I cannot give them another ambassador until both my rock giant and my swamp giant have ambassadors of their own. Then they all have to have 2, then they all have to have 3, then they all have to have 4. God bless you if you get to all 4 on every giant. It's friggin' ridiculous. So we got another forest ambassador, and we are actually going to stop for right now. We're going to save our game, and we're going to name it I'm gonna name it Olympus, because why the fuck not, right? So, you have watched the creation of Olympus, my world of dreams. Why are you walking around that way? Whatever. And I'll see you guys in episode 2 to finish up the era. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you liked it, and hope it was helpful. Thanks, guys.